Hi there, and welcome to this online video training program, how to be recognised as the outstanding employee that you are. This is an acronym of basically the bottom line is to show initiative. We're going to be spending the next 15 minutes and giving you some really great ideas on how to do that with the online world and different strategies you can use. So the very first one, I, stands for Industry Insight, and this is about staying updated and being aware of the market trends, and that includes reading the industry publications, reports and websites, getting onto LinkedIn and having a great profile, but then also getting onto the groups, becoming part of the discussions, putting your opinion forward. Is a great tool. You get a lot of opportunities will definitely open up for you, like they have for me, once you start participating in those discussions. The joining into the industry associations, there's so many in every type of profession, so do a bit of work in and have a look at the ones that are going to be the most relevant in your industry. And usually a Google search will fix that pretty quickly. And it's then once you've become a member, it's then attending all of the events and getting your name out there. So the N stands for New Perspective, and this is really what once you've been working for, say, the 3-month period of your new job, after that time, it's really time to start being really confident in who you are and what you stand for, the skills and the experience that you've got, and verbalizing and communicating through these different channels your knowledge and your opinions. So that whether that's contributing to the newsletter that the company has every fortnight, it's maybe creating your own blog, which is easy on WordPress, or even your own website, which is more or less the same thing through WordPress. Contributing on the organisation's blog, you can participate on that. LinkedIn discussions and industry events. So if you're doing the training program with us, you'll have lots of notes on each of these 5 points, but this is just an overview at the moment. The second I stands for intelligence types. Now there's a couple of different studies out there, and one of them is that there are 9 types of intelligence, and everyone is good at one of these things. So you're a natural at maybe pick what you're good at. The verbal is the ability to use words. Visual is the ability to imagine things in your mind. Physical is your body, so we're talking about athletes. Musical is the ability to understand music, and mathematical, it's fairly straightforward. The ability to be logic, systems orientated, figures orientated. Introspective means the ability to understand your inner thoughts, so that might be one of your key strengths, or it could be interpersonal, which is the ability to understand other people and relate well to them. There's another 2. It used to be 7 types, but they've brought in another 2 types of intelligences, which is great for the rest of us. And this is the ability to be sensitive to living things, and the ability to tackle deep questions about human existence. So there's 9 types of intelligence there, and you are very good. You're naturally drawn to one of those. It will be really good as part of your career development to pick the area that you are particularly good in and really play on that strength, like milk it for all it's worth. And the handouts and the information that you'll get on with this program will help you bring out those traits and really capitalize on them and leverage them as much as you can. The A stands for achieving goals, and this is goals for your career, but goals while you're in this job over the next, say, 3 months or 6 months or 12 months. You should either set them with your manager or set them silently on your own to achieve tiny tasks and then larger tasks, and then you'll know that you're on track. But make sure whatever you're sort of volunteering to do is in line with your long-term career goal. You want to be using the skills that you like to use, so volunteering to do different projects that'll really develop certain some knowledge areas and attributes would be definitely the way to go. So yeah, that's the A, and you can refer to the program to get the instructions on how to really leverage the best of your asset, the best of your skills there. T is for team player, and that's, we all know what a good team player is. Every single job advertisement asks for it. And it's basically, it's easier said than done sometimes, because there's always somebody in the team that you really don't get along with. There's always that person who's going to throw a spanner in the works and make it really hard for you to do these, say, 9 attributes. But this is your challenge. Like, there's always going to be somebody, or there's always going to be a difficult situation in every single job, and part of your part of the challenge in that job is to overcome that issue. So your mission is to demonstrate reliability, communicate constructively, listen actively, like that is show that you're listening, paraphrase back so that you're gaining that rapport with the person. You're an active participant in the team, you share openly and willingly, you cooperate and you pitch in to help, you exhibit flexibility, you show commitment to the team, and you treat others in a respectful and supportive manner. If you do those things, you will have advocates for you all over the place, and these people are your ears and your eyes to future possibilities, to promotion, to everything. So they're the key traits of a great team player. The third I stands for influence in your industry, and this is like looking really big picture. This is an area that I'm going to explore more of, the 7 steps to career success. This is the way to get your name out there and basically get the recognition that you deserve for the knowledge and the skills and the experience that you've been acquiring over the last 5 to 10 years. So there's 6 ideas here that you can start creating an impression and start making people notice you. So becoming a subject matter expert, starting a movement, like if there's something that you do not believe in, you think it clashes with your values and that of the company that you're working for, you can create a campaign and start with just yourself to change things. You can create a product, and what I mean by product is like an online product. So it's a DVD series similar to the one that I'm doing now, or you can create, like you can consult on certain topics, or you can have a training course that you do at the local TAFE or the Centre for Adult Education or the local university. You're creating a workshop, something like that, to really think outside the square. People are willing to pay for the knowledge that you know right now, and they're also very willing to spend their time listening to you communicate what you know, because it's going to help them do what they want to do. Becoming a super connector, and that's basically part of the networking, introducing people who are going to be benefiting off each other, as well as on the online world as well. Becoming a speaker, so that you are developing yourself as an industry expert, basically because you're up on stage. Or you can write an e-book or an something, like E stands for e-commerce, electric book, electric video, whatever it is. You get what I mean. So yeah, there's a few ideas there on to influence the industry that you're in, and that's how you start developing a great reputation, which is our next step. So that's the next module in the 7 steps to career success. So just a couple of ideas to start whetting your appetite. The V is visualizing career success. So as you're going through the first, you've done the 3 months of your first job, and now you're looking into doing the first year maybe, and then the first couple of years, you really know where you want to go. So this job is really a stepping stone for you to get to where you want to go. I had a job as a job interview trainer at a company who was a private training organisation in Melbourne, just to give you an example. And it was, I could have got more money. It was a pretty low income, but this particular opportunity defined everything that I needed to acquire for my resume to show that I had the experience, and I had to have a track record, and I knew that with an RTO, with a registered training organisation. So I thought, yep, I'm going to work in this company at this wage. No worries at all. It was a great working environment. I loved my CEO. She was a beautiful person. And but I knew that that was part of like a 10-year plan. And now I wouldn't be here where I am today without having that experience that I knew, even though the money wasn't right there and then, it was the foundations of my career for where I am today. So there's the short term and there's the long term, and so you got to think about, where do I want to be in a couple of years' time, which is far different from where I want to be in 10 years' time. And if you're getting to if you're in your 30s or your 40s or even your 50s or your 60s, you're pretty much, it becomes easier, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think as you get older, it becomes easier for you to know where you want to be in the next 10 years' time. When you're 16, 10 years is an eternity, so you shouldn't think that far ahead. But yeah, visualising career success for the short term and long term is a good thing, and it's something that a lot of coaches, if you ever do career coaching, they might even ask you to look through magazines and cut out images that represent elements of your future success. So that's something, if you want to do it, grab a few magazines and flick through and create a collage that represents where you'll be in 2 years or 5 years or 10 years, and stick it up on your wall. And it's amazing how many houses I actually go to where you'll actually see that. So yeah, that is a very good idea, because you're visualizing, it's right in front of you every day, so it's reinforcing that goal towards you. And then the second question on here, what will it be like and feel like when I'm there, and what will my life be like? So there's just some questions, like really immerse yourself in your future goal. See yourself doing this dream job that you think is so far away from you, but you know what? It's not. It really is very. If you're one of your goals, if your goal is to be, is achievable, it's just a matter of time before you get there. So yeah, that's the way to do it. The E and the last part of this little module is engaging with the leaders. So this is part of the strategy to get noticed and to really flourish within the company that you've just sort of started with, and that is to really understand where both your immediate manager and also the CEO or the top leader, the managing director, whatever their title is, understanding what's important to them, what they want for the company, what they value more than anything else. And the only way you're going to do that is through developing a relationship with that person. So, and also doing as much research as you can. So finding out everything you can about where the CEO wants to go. And they don't make it a secret. You can quite easily find out. That's part of their job, is to communicate their message and their vision. So then if you start doing, if you start actioning things that will help the company move towards that goal, it's not going to be too far away between when you start getting noticed, and that's where amazing things will happen. So that is the tips for today for this module. There's quite a lot of information in this. This was just an overview. So what you could do now is refer to the notes and the interviews that we've had with industry experts and people who have already been through this process, and it's worked for them. But for now, thank you for your time, and I will see you in the rest of the program.